This past weekend I was competing in a weightlifting meet. And although I was feeling the best I've ever felt leading to a competition, I just couldn't perform on the platform and ended up missing all my 3 attempts on the snatch. It was a really frustrating experience, but it gave me the inspiration to make this video you're about to watch. Failure is a word that usually brings a negative connotation to it. It's not often we hear someone talking about how excited they are about the job they didn't get, or how happy they are when they go through a breakup in their relationship. It's not often we hear people talking about their failures altogether. With social media, we usually only see people's successes, and for some reason we think that's the norm. But there's a different way to look at failure, which can change the way we deal with it. And that's what this video is all about. I've been training and competing in Olympic weightlifting for almost a year now. And during this time, I've had some really good moments and some that were, well, not so good. Winning and succeeding at a sport you love and put so much effort into feels really good. I can tell you that by some amazing training and competition moments I had this past year. However, I found that the moments I've learned the most from were the ones when I wasn't succeeding. Quite the opposite. The moments of failure, of not achieving my goals, were usually followed by a lot of progress. Progress that maybe wouldn't have been made had I had succeeded in the first place. And that brings me to my next point, which is this failure-success paradox. Is failing really that bad if you learn something from it that will ultimately lead you to succeeding? In my case, I decided to start competing in weightlifting to expose myself to stressful situations more often, which has been a huge contributor to my mental health improvement over the past year. So signing myself in and going to a meet is already fulfilling that goal. Of course, I want to perform the best I can every time I step into a lifting platform. But my point is that the outcome of something, be it good or bad, doesn't cancel the fact that you've tried it in the first place. And that's not about lowering our expectations, but instead changing our perspective about bad situations so that we can learn something and take good things out of it. My main point with this video is to highlight the importance of failing and dealing with it. Failing is part of the process. It's one step closer to getting better at whatever you want to do. It's necessary so that we can appreciate how good success can be. If you do something 100 times and fail in all of them, guess what? You're 100 times closer to succeeding than someone who never tried in the first place. So take this approach to all aspects of your life, and don't let the fear of a negative outcome stop you from whatever you want to do. Instead, think about the fulfillment that comes with the positive one. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one.